supporting the HTC Sensation.
The iPhone 4 certainly, that's a winner.
I have little doubt that it'll win.
I'm actually supporting the BlackBerry Bold.
Samsung Omnia W.
Panel gets to play.
Sony Ericsson Arc.
Yes. Thank you very much. Very interesting. You saw how this show has come about, where all the activity is. This is a big one. Every single day of the year through 2011, I've heard one phrase: we live in the greatest technological era ever. But I think we'll add to it. I think we live in the greatest mobile technology era ever, and 2011 was absolutely a showcase for that. So when a year is so good, how do you really determine the best mobile phone of the year? So we said we'll do this a little differently. With me, 11 top-of-the-line technology speakers, bloggers, people that really have a formidable reputation. This is the best that India has to offer. With me, an audience, a very informed, very opinionated audience. And this is how we are going to do it. I'll take you through the 11 phones first. When we come back, I'll tell you how we will reach the conclusion, which is the last mobile standing in 2011.
And the nominations are Sony Ericsson Arc S, Samsung Galaxy S2, Moto Razr, LG Optimus 3D, iPhone 4S, Samsung Galaxy Note, Nokia Lumia 800, iPhone 4, Samsung Omnia W, HTC Sensation, BlackBerry Bold 9900.
So this is how we are going to do it. 9 people with me in studio, 1 person in Mumbai, 1 person in Chennai. They represent the 11 phones that you just saw. They will sell to this audience why they believe that the phone that they represent is the phone of the year. And then we will score. The scoring pattern, we'll explain it as we go, because now it's time to get started with our first speaker. Let me get here Clinton, and he represents the Sony Ericsson Arc S.
The stunner, the beauty. This certainly is the most good-looking phone of the year. CNET verdict, eye-catching design, great screen, surprisingly powerful 8.1 megapixel digital camera, while Tech Radar says 4.2-inch Bravia display is one of the brightest, sharpest and most responsive touchscreens. Can this bright stunner shine over all others? Clinton finds out.
Clinton, young fellow, writes good reviews.
It's certainly going to be interesting, he being a Nokia and iPhone guy all along. I'm not going to defend it as phone of the year, but I think it is one of the top 3 contenders for phone of the year. You have a really nice form factor. That's what I like about the Sony Ericsson Arc S. It's really sleek. It looks a lot different than the other Android phones out there. They all kind of look blocky and squarish, and this kind of looks a little bit sleek. The screen, I think, for the price it's going at, you get a pretty decent screen and you get an HDMI port also. And the camera is one of the best that you can get in the market right now. It's not the best, but it is definitely one of the best.
Panel discussion on this. Any questions?
All right, bring it on, guys.
Their whole user interface,
You know, a lot of people like the TouchWiz UI better than any other Android UI out there. But last year, Sony Ericsson had one of the worst UIs on any Android phone out there. It was horrible. I will agree with that.
Really defending that product?
So where are you going? What is it? Is it the best? Other people say it's the best, but last year they had the worst. Which way?
Okay.
Which way?
Last year they did have the worst phones around. But this year they've reworked everything. The UI is really nice. There's hardly any tweaks as such compared to Samsung's TouchWiz UI. So this is actually, I'm going to say it, it's my favorite Android UI so far, barring the stock UI.
I'm going to go now to audience. Anybody in audience have a question?
You mentioned about the style of the phone, but my point is that this is the basic disadvantage of the phone, as in it offers a very delicate body, a Barbie doll image. Every time you are fearing, it falls down and it will go nuts. 30,000.
Like
two things there: Barbie doll phone and 30,000 bucks for this phone.
Well, that's the MRP. You can get it much cheaper around. That's what I'm saying. If you know people, But I don't think it's a Barbie doll phone. I actually quite like the. I think it's a very futuristic design. Maybe in the future we'll all be using Barbie doll phones.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.